And it cut on me, guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just got back from a run. We took the Limitless back out after we got her put back together. Didn't get what we wanted. I was hoping for 150, obviously. But with the changes we've made, smaller tires, and I reinstalled, I've had it for a couple years, guys. I just haven't used it. It doesn't play well with my Radio Link radio, but I put the Perfect Pass launch control in. I did check the log, and the reason why the Perfect Pass doesn't work well with the Radio Link is you can't turn your throttle trim all the way down and then recalibrate. The XLX2 won't let it do it. So you can't take it out of beginner's mode, so you have a huge delay when you pull the trigger. And when the car is way down the road from you, it's not good. And I kind of got spooked, thought a car was coming, so I tried to hit reverse, and it wasn't moving because it's delayed in reverse as well. So once I pushed a little harder to try to get it off the road, and it just zoomed off. So I had to walk a quarter of a mile, put the car back on the road, walk back to the truck, and then turn it around and do my run. And you know, it did 136, and after I checked the logs, it was a full 15-second pass. The problem is it was on a 14-second ramp after it got past beginner mode. So I hit full throttle for almost a full second, not even quite a full second. But because the ramp was as smooth as it was, the batteries only got down to 28 volts. So if I could shorten that and take the beginner mode off, it would work great. But I think I've just gotten used to pulling it myself. I'm not the smoothest trigger puller. You'll see in some of my logs that, you know, I'm going, and sometimes I want to get to 100% and I pull that trigger from 65 to 100, but I'm trying to get better at it. That's what the whole thing is, you know. So but we did use the Turnigy batteries. Hobby King sent us again, and hey, they got us to 136 miles an hour, guys. That's nothing to shake a stick at. Just a few weeks ago, that was a PB for me. Getting into the 130s was my next step a couple weeks ago. So pretty awesome that they were able to get us there. The new Perfect Pass tires, flawless, guys. I can't normally on these other foam tires that I use the foam on them. You can tell that they went down the road. They get a little weird looking. These ones don't. This one has a little tiny bit, but they almost look like they haven't been ran, guys. So shout out to them on those tires, and they're not expensive, guys. I think I got 4 for less than 50 bucks. So pretty good deal, really. But anyway, I think I'm gonna try to make another run tomorrow, and we're gonna take that Perfect Pass out of there. I thought about trying to turn it down, but it's a long drive from where I go from here. And like I said, once you get the car a quarter of a mile away from you or more, you're used to the feeling and how it's already a delay because it's that far away. So, and then on top of that, you're adding another couple seconds at least before it catches. So I'm gonna take it out of there, and we're just gonna do it the way we've been doing it and run it. Nothing against Perfect Pass. It works. The log showed that it was working, but I would have had to have held it for another 5 or 6 seconds probably to get it to the speed we were going for. The other issue I had was, and I didn't think I'd be able to see the sparks from those screws I put in, but they were sparking pretty good. Because the tires are so small, I'm going to have to reset my suspension in the front, probably raise the front of the car just a little bit so that it's not hitting the ground, guys. She was hitting the ground just a little bit. Other than that, it was a decent run. I'm still fighting a little bit of a torque steer or something. I may just have to adjust the front again, pull that servo horn off. It does have a little bit of slop in it, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. All in all, it ran pretty good, guys, pretty good. I think some of my slop is from the pillow balls, but we'll get it apart and take a look at it. Update on the Hex debacle. They messaged me back twice already, and I don't have a good answer, but my buddy Joe over at Joe versus RC has a V1 Limitless, and he said that that car has the smooth, or the one with no spacer on the back of it, all the way around. So the V2 is the one that has a different one in the back, but it doesn't say on the website that it won't fit. It says all Arrma Limitless Typhon. You know, I read it in my last video. So if that's the case, I mean, it is what it is, but it's just a little misleading. I wouldn't have purchased them if I would have known that only 2 of them would work. So anyhow, water under the bridge, guys, on that. I'm going to show you the run here in just a second. But yeah, she's coming along, guys. Lip worked out perfect. I do need to put these dudes back on there. I printed me some new ones. You guys can read it. You can read it out loud over there. I won't read it out loud here, but I'm trying to make it where you can read it. So this is going to go on the bottom, guys. Now, I have no dog in that fight. I just thought it was funny. So I'm going to put them on there. That's about it. I'm going to go over it, make sure everything's tight, get it ready to make a run tomorrow, guys. Now, I may, depending on what the math says, I may go up one more tooth to try to get that 150, but it was turning 61,000 RPMs when I got full trigger on the log and 28 volts. So I didn't go check to see what that should be, but it, you know, the GPS was 136. So we'll get it figured out. Like I said, with the smaller tires, it's just gonna be a different learning curve, different gears. So anyhow, guys, I won't keep you any longer. I'm just babbling now. So guys, if you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not, hit that subscribe button, leave us a like, leave us a comment. Check out the sponsors, guys. Hobby King, MDL Hobbies. I'll have links down below for all of them. See you all in the next one. All right, guys, we're out here with the Limitless. Got her all put back together, and we're gonna try to make a run with her, see what we can get her to. I've actually also installed the Perfect Pass launch control just to see what it'll do. So we're gonna get her zeroed out. 0. Tracking. Let's see what she'll do, guys. Got her geared up. One tooth from last time. So went off in the grass, guys. That's why I haven't used it all these years, or these last couple of years, is because it don't work very good with the radio link. So we're gonna put it back on the road, see if we can get it turned around. we'll make a run and we'll just call it a day. So I backed her right off the road. No big deal. Alright guys, we're gonna get turned around, see what we can do. Here we go. Whew. That was decent guys, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what it tells us. All right. Oh. Still picking up. Well, it's in kilometers somehow. Put her in miles an hour. $136, guys. So not a bad run. I'll take it. But not what we were looking for, and a lot of it could have to do with the smaller tires. I did go up a gear, guys, but I don't know. But we'll try to run again tomorrow, and I'll take the perfect pass out and see if we can do it any better than that, guys. The tape I put on the nose is gone. And there it is, guys. Did it again on the Turnigy batteries. We'll get them charged back up for a run tomorrow. Get that perfect pass unhooked because I'm just not a fan of it, guys. I know my throttle pull is not great, but that's how I've learned to drive. So we'll get her home, see if we can do some little bit more fine tuning, and we'll come back out tomorrow and try again, guys. I think we're close. So anyhow, guys, I appreciate you watching. Stick around, come back. We're gonna get this dude to 150 one way or the other. So if you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not, hit that subscribe button down below, guys. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Y'all have an awesome day.